Okay, we're moving on to do a few exercises from chapter 8. So exercise 8A is expanding binomial products. So remember we looked at areas before, but this is a little bit more complicated than the one we did before. If we want the area of this whole rectangle, we have x plus 8 is the top, x plus 5 is the side, and obviously for an area we multiply length times width, length times breadth, whatever you want to call it, so x plus 8 times x plus 5. Now another way we could look at that is to find our individual areas. So this little square at the top is x times x, so that's x squared in there. This one here is the x times the 8, so that's 8x. This one here is the 5 times the x, so that's 5x. And this one here is the 5 times the 8, so that's 40. So the total area is where we add those all together. So we've got x squared plus 5x plus 8x plus 40. We can simplify that a little bit too. This 5x plus 8x, they're like terms. And remember, we can add like terms. So we write this x squared first. 5x plus 8x gives us 13 x's, right? We had 5 x's, we added 8 more x's, 13 x's plus 40. Now, one way to remember that without this area diagram is to use FOIL. So the first one, F, is the first one in each bracket. It's the first. So x times x is our x squared. So F for FOIL is the first, which in this case is our x squared. Then we have our outsides. So that's our x times the 5, right? The outsides of the brackets. So that's O for outsides, which in this case is our 5x. Then we have our insides. Now, from this x, we draw the lines over the top, just like we did when we had a number times a bracket. For the 8, we go underneath. So I is for insides, that's the 8 and the x. So 8 times x, the insides multiplied together are 8x. And then L stands for lasts. So the last one in each bracket, so 8 times 5. So you can see with these lines here, you get this little moon shape and you multiply across the moon, okay? So the lasts are 40. And then you add those up to get your answer. So let's have a look at that in practice. So our firsts are A times C. Our outsides are A times D, so plus AD. Our insides are B times C. And our lasts are B times D. If you prefer with the moon, you have A times C plus A times D, so 2 lines from the A, 1 to the C, 1 to the D, plus B times C, plus B times D. Okay, so from the A to each and from the B to each. The A multiplies by each of those and the B multiplies by each of those. So let's try this next one, question 2. So our first x times x, so that's x squared, that's our F for FOIL. Our outsides are x times negative 3, so minus 3x, okay, that's our O. And then we have 5 times x for our insides, so plus 5x, that's our insides, and our last is 5 times negative 3, so negative 15. And then just collect these like terms. So x squared, negative 3x plus 5x gives us 2x minus 15. Okay, let's have a go at our next one. I'm not going to write FOIL again. I'm just going to draw on those rainbows, those the moon shape. So x times x is our x squared. X times negative 5 is minus 5x, so that's our 2 from x. And then our 2 from this negative 7. Negative 7 times x, negative 7 times negative 5. So let's see what that is. So negative 7 times x is negative 7x. Negative 7 times negative 5 is positive 35. Collect up our like terms, x squared first, Negative 5x minus 7x is negative 12x plus 35. Just two more to try. So 2x times 3 is 6x. 2x times negative x is negative 2x squared. 1 times 3 plus 3. 1 times minus x is minus x. Now let's just collect up any like terms. So we've got 6x minus x gives us 5x. No like terms for the x squared and no like terms for the constant term. Okay, last one. So 2m times 3m. So 2 times 3 is 6. M times m is m squared. Those are our first, our outsides. 2m times negative 2p, so minus 2 2's are 4mp. Our insides, p times 3m, so it's positive 3. I'm going to write it in the same order as this one. I said pm, but mp is the same thing. And remember, we tend to write alphabetical. And then the last, it's a positive times a negative, so minus p times 2p, so 2p squared. Okay, are there any like terms? Yes, there are. mp. So let's write our 6m squared again. Let's collect up those like terms. So negative 4 plus 3 is negative 1 mp. Remember, I don't write the 1. Minus 2p squared. So I've set a few of those for you to do. Questions 4 to 6, doing A, D, G, J, M, P, and S from each one.